Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the video. Really appreciate it. I want to talk really quickly about what we're going to be looking at here, and then get right to the time-lapse video that I've put together for you. But basically, I'm having an art sale. So next month, the beginning of March, I will be at the Hill Country Comic Con in New Braunfels, Texas. But I know a lot of folks can't get there. Folks, obviously, who aren't from the Central Texas area, but also folks who maybe aren't ready to come out to large gatherings and large places with a lot of people, but still miss that convention experience. So that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this. So I am going to be doing essentially a sketch sale. So we're going to have pencil head sketches, ink head sketches, and color head sketches that you can get from me. And we'll have all the information at the end of the video. The other part, the reason that I'm doing this is I am getting very close to having my first complete solo comic book project done and ready to get out, printed, and into people's hands. There is still some work to do, and I'm working with an amazing team on the colors and the lettering of this comic book. And to be frank, I need to pay these folks. They are doing an amazing job for me. And so the funds from this art sale that we'll be doing are going into the production of the new comic. And I can't wait, again, to be a little bit closer to have more to show you about that. We are about 2/3 of the way through the coloring process. As I get the new pages in, it's super exciting. And again, can't wait to share it with you. So without further ado, let's get to the time-lapse video. I'll show you the pencil head sketches, ink head sketches, and color head sketches. And at the end, there'll be information about the pricing for each and how you contact me if you're in the market to get a sketch for yourself. Thanks again for checking out the video. Please share with anybody that you think is an art fan, comic book fan, or somebody that might be interested. Thank you so much for all your support. It really does help. Here we go to the videos. Okay, here we have a pencil head sketch, an example of a pencil head sketch for you. All of the sketches that we'll be seeing here are on 9x12 smooth Bristol board. That is the usually the standard size that I work with during a convention when I'm doing sketches and things like that. Larger sizes of paper are available, and the prices would be different and would be something that would have to be discussed and negotiated during the initial contact, but certainly something that can be done. Here we have Wonder Woman, and you see I started off very rough with some very loose pencil lines, kind of just indicating the shapes of the figure, where I wanted the eyes, nose, mouth to be, that kind of stuff. And here I'm coming in with a darker pencil, and I'm firming up the details and adding in shading, rendering, all of that kind of stuff. So as I mentioned, that would be this is an example of a pencil head sketch. And again, head sketch typically indicates that you're getting the face of the character, some of the main costume details, things that help identify them. So in this particular case, we've got Wonder Woman does have a shield sometimes, so we've got her behind the shield. You can see part of the breastplate, and then of course her tiara and her hair blowing in the wind. So this is again a good example of a convention head sketch, and these are available to everybody here for $15. And again, that does include shipping within the United States. So finished pencil head sketch for $15. Adding a few of the details, but this is an example of, again, a pencil head sketch, 9x12 Bristol board. And next we're moving on to the inked head sketch. And what you'll see is with all of these, it starts essentially the same way, roughing out the form, of the figure, putting in some of the details of where I want the parts to go, whether it's the eyes, the nose, the costume details, things like that. And then I will go in, as you can see here, with the darker pencil and start to block out some of the very specific shapes and details that I want to make sure that I'm capturing accurately when I ink. So things like the eyes, nose, sometimes fine costume details, etc. Here we have Captain America. I've indicated some of where the shadows are going to go, and now I'm coming in with the ink tools. So here I've started off with the Micron 01. It's a fine Micron pen, one of their smaller tipped pens, and I like it for what we refer to as the contour lines, or the outline of the figure. It gives me a nice clean line that allows me to go ahead and then come through later and darken things up, firm up the lines, make some heavier, lighter, etc. This, again, 9x12 Bristol board, inked head sketch. Again, identifying the character, adding a few details. You've got the star on his chest. We'll see the shield, at least the side on his arm. And then we'll complete it from there. The inked head sketches are $25. And that is for single figure. Again, much like there's different sizes of paper available, those would be more custom pricing if you wanted something with multiple figures. So maybe Captain America and Bucky, or Captain America and Falcon, or etc. We could certainly do that, Captain America and Iron Man. But then it's just a matter of discussing that and figuring out what the price would be to add characters. Single character ink head sketch, $25, includes shipping within the United States. So what I do here, I've got all those contour lines done, and now I'm coming in with the larger larger black markers and filling in the large shaded areas. As I work, I go from those large pens to more and more fine or detailed pens to add in the rest of the shading, the rendering, small details, etc. So working from kind of large to small in the case of the inks here. Getting a nice bold outline here to help pop Captain America from the background. Adding in some rendering, some shading along the shadow areas, which helps blend it into the white. So just a few more details here, and we'll be done with Captain America. And again, if you are interested in something like this and you have very specific, like you like Captain America, but maybe you'd like a drawing of the movie version of Captain America, or a different costume that Captain America has worn in the past, all these things are definitely possible. All you have to do is just note the specifics of what you're looking for when you reach out to me, and all my contact information will be here at the end of the video, but that can absolutely be done. So we have the last one. This is going to be a color head sketch. So we're going to be utilizing, again, all the same process and tools. Excuse me, as we start laying it all out in pencil, filling in some of the details. Here we have Green Lantern. Getting in all the details. I want to make sure that I'm inking correctly. We're going to do some of the initial inking. You'll see it's a little bit different than the ink head sketch. And then once the contour lines and stuff like that, the basics are done, then I'm going to come in with the colors. I use Copic markers for the colors. Drop in all of the color that I want for the character, and then I'll come back with even more inks on top of it. So that's a little bit of a different process. Here we go, back to that Micron 01, that fine line doing the contour lines of the figure. And again, just like with the Captain America, as I mentioned, if there's been lots of Green Lanterns over the years, if you were interested in a Green Lantern sketch, maybe it could be a different character, a different version of Green Lantern, a different costume. That is not a problem. It could be whatever your favorite is. As well, other characters. So whatever character you're interested in, we can do it. If it is a published comic book character, if it's something I can look up online for reference, no problem. If you even had your own characters, we can do that as long as I have some images to reference, so I have all the details right. So again, at the end of the video here, I'm going to re-emphasize I'll have information with the pricing as well as my contact information. You can reach out to me directly, and we can work through all of those details on what exactly it is you would be interested in, so that you get exactly what you want. So here we go with the Copic Colors, and I always like to start off with the skin tone, and I work with all of these, you'll see, from the darkest shade that I've chosen. So in the hair here, the light is going to be coming from our left to the right. This is coming from his ring, and so I'm putting the shaded areas, the darker parts of his hair are going to be on the right side of the page, moving over to the lightest. And that's a good piece of advice I would give to anybody who wants to start working in Copic Colors and Copic markers. Work from dark to light. Pick your darkest shade, start with that, and then work off of that. It as you color over it with the lighter colors, the nice part is it helps them to blend together. It gives you more of a seamless transition from that real dark to the light, which is nice. And you don't have to worry about the light color of Copic markers picking up the dark ink. They won't do that. So in this particular case, that's why it works so well to work from dark to light. So that's what we're doing here with all the green. Now I'm actually using a green micron pen to draw the outline of his ring energy that surrounds Green Lantern, and now filling in that energy with a light green color. And like I said, as you can see, I haven't. It's just those thin lines, the thin contour lines. I have not gone back in and done anything with the shadows, a lot of the rendering, all that kind of stuff. Here I'm adding some more even lighter green to kind of emphasize the ring light from his ring is lighting that side of his face, his hair, etc. And now we come back in and start to add again some of the details that maybe I had drawn in pencil but had planned on. The Copic pens, typically Copic markers don't smudge or bleed when you get across most pens, but sometimes depending on the pen, the ink, it can sometimes smudge fine lines, I found. So again, another tip for anybody who wants to get into drawing and using Copic markers for color, I do recommend putting in your colors as early as you can. So get all your basic shapes in, drop your colors in, and then once they're dry, you can go right back over the top of them with your pens and fill in all of the remaining line work that you want to do. So here we go. Here is Green Lantern and a color piece. These are $40 for your color head sketch of whatever character you like.
So we're back. Thanks so much for watching the videos, and again, for just all the support that I've been getting in making this project, this comic book that started when I was in middle school with an idea, and here we are all these years later, and it's coming to fruition, and I could not be more excited. So on the screen here, we should have the information about
the pricing on the different sketches. So again, we have the pencil, we have the ink, and we have the color. All are on 9x12 Bristol board. The prices do include shipping within the United States. And there's also my contact information, so you can contact me via email. If you're on Facebook, you can contact me there as well. And let me know what you'd be interested in, and we'll get some art out, and we'll get some sketches to you. So again, thank you all for taking the time. Thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing everybody back on the convention circuit as soon as possible, and look for more updates coming very soon. Thank you.